Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Michael Heslop Review. Alright, so this review channel basically is, of course, my review channel where I do all the amazing reviews on stuff that I like and I want to actually try out. So today I decided to do a video on the iPad Air 2. Basically a technological review on it as well. So this is my iPad Air 2 that I just recently bought, and a lot of person were asking me like, is it still worth it in 2024? Is it still usable in 2024? So in this review, basically, I'm going to give you my review of using the iPad Air 2 since buying it 2 weeks ago, and what I think about it, and just give you some specifications on this amazing device. So stick around and watch the video on my review on the iPad Air 2 in 2024. Alright, so to start off this video, this is how the iPad Air 2 looks from the front. As you can see, basically it has a 9.7-inch screen. So it's a fairly large screen. It's a Apple iPad. So it's larger than the like the mini version for it. So this is how it actually looks. Unlike the Air 1, the first generation iPad Air, this one actually has a Touch ID sensor at the front. So basically you can use your finger to activate it. So as you can see here, so when I actually use it, so I'm going to use my fingerprint basically to open this device, as you can see there. All right, so that's actually how it looks from the front. So this device basically, even though it was actually stopped supported on iOS 15.8.1, which is the latest software this can actually update to. Let me just go in there into settings, and you go to about. And as you can see there, it's on iOS 15.8.2, and that's the latest software version for this Apple iPad Air 2. All right, so there's some key specs here for this device. It has a 1.2 megapixel camera at the front and an 8 megapixel camera at the back. It has a 7,340 milliamp power battery, so it basically can last you for a long period of time once actually fully charged. So iOS 15.8.1, basically this device still has the widget option, which makes it basically looks somewhat modern to nowadays iPads, just the same, because it has the widgets and those models on it. So even though this device basically was released back in October 24th of 2014, which basically makes this device almost 10 years old, it's how it's actually set up and basically how Apple works. It basically has allowed this device basically to get software support up to iOS 15.8.1. So this is a fairly long supported device compared to how long ago it actually was released. So it was released around the same time as the iPhone 6. And as you know, the iPhone 6 stopped at iOS 12, while this device basically got support up to iOS 15.8.1. That's basically 3 versions, nearly 4 versions above where the iPhone 6 stopped. But this device, basically, why I think it actually got supported up to that point was that this device has an A8X chip, Apple A8X chip, while the iPhone 6 had an Apple A8 chip. So I think that extra speed and clocking that it has allowed it basically to got more support than the iPhone 6. So this device basically is still usable in 2024. As you can see, basically I have almost all the apps that I need here on it. I have X, which is Twitter, PayPal, VPN, Sheen app, the Temu app, Instagram, TikTok, Google Chrome, YouTube, basic Skype, Google Maps. Basically, all apps are basically almost still supported on this device. And the good thing, if you have an iPhone or another device basically that is supported up to the new version, and you're logged into this device with the same Apple ID, it will allow you to basically, even though you can't install the new version of that particular app, you can still get the last supported on iOS 15.8.1. So you can still basically install apps that are not um, on this iOS device, basically because of how Apple is set up. So if you have a device that's basically an iOS 17 and you're logging in with this device, logging in with that same um, email address that's associated with that Apple ID, basically, it will allow you to download the last version of that particular app on this device, basically, if it's not if it's higher than iOS 15.8.1. So you can still basically use the app, but it will be the outdated version of that particular app. So I've been using this device basically for 2 weeks now, and it is great. The speaker grills at the bottom are amazing. The size of this iPad is amazing. Just everything on it, basically. The brightness is very good as well. Let me just turn up the brightness so you can see. So the brightness is very good. It does have the widget app section that you can actually use, and the gaming on this device basically is just amazing. It opens games pretty well. So if you're unless you're using like intensive games, now that's where it might cause a little issue. But if you're using like Miraculous, like what I play, and Subway Surfer, this device basically opens these particular apps quite well. So if I was supposed to say if the device basically is still usable in 2024, I would say yes, depending on what you're doing. If you are a person who is using your iPad for a very intensive and powerful unit and processor, basically, I would not say this. I would say go up to the, like, the more newer iPads that are out there. But if you're just looking for something to use and just to get the job done, you're not really into anything intensive, you're just basically using it for like gameplays and so forth, and just some general internet browsing, YouTubes and all that stuff, it will still get the job done. So that's practically it, guys, on my review on the iPad Air 2. I would still say it's a good device to get, basically, depending on what you're doing with it in 2024.